Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto. On the Mysterious JG, it's Grand Theft Auto 5. The last time I was playing this game, I didn't go back and watch the end of the last video, but we had one of those sessions where I knew that it was the last video of a session, and I kind of ran out of stuff to do before we had a full video in the can. But the intention was that we were going to have Franklin hang out with his, white elder friends, and it did not come off. I do remember the last thing that really happened was the story blew up in such a way where, just generically, we are being told that Trevor and Michael are laying low because they made an enemy again of Michael Madraza. I guess for the first time, Trevor's making the enemy. But it's really Trevor who made the enemy because I'm recapping something that, for all intents and purposes, you may have just watched. But, I think it's worth calling out. The storyline is Franklin is following along Michael as his kind of new disciple. Michael is just a bored. You can argue about how much this is about being over the hill. Random caveat, did you know that Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, was primarily about how Kirk and Spock felt too old to be useful, and Kirk felt alive again after facing the no-win scenario? That's the second of the 6 highly successful Star Trek movies, which is what the public remembers about Star Trek most. But the second one was about them feeling over the hill. So anyway, Michael, who is introduced in this game as a middle-aged guy who feels over the hill and useless, his family hates him, he's just bored and unhappy, and Franklin's appearance breathes new life into Michael. But he immediately gets Franklin into all sorts of, trouble, because, the entire game is really kicked off almost by Michael, in a moment of crazy bravado, tearing down the house of someone who he thinks is the tennis coach banging his wife, but it turns out to be some, Mexican. Well, he's kind of presented as a Mexican mobster. But anyway, well, that sends us down the road of having to do the jewel heist, which is what brings Trevor into the plot, and blah, 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 blah. But at any rate, he has to go make this money. Michael Madrazo just seems impressed by the fact that this guy actually, uh, paid to have the house rebuilt after everything that happened. He's weirdly impressed by this. So after disappearing from the story, he comes back and randomly wants to assign Michael with a really important assassination for him. And we never really know what would have happened between Michael and this Madrazo guy had things gone off without a hitch. Because they don't. Michael involves Trevor to help him out. And I don't remember exactly why he uses Trevor, whom he thinks is an insane freak and not reliable, even though he's his oldest friend in the crime world. But he uses Trevor. That has gone horribly because Trevor decides while they're at it, hey, let's kidnap this mobster's wife and hold her for ransom. And now, generically, we've lost the ability, I believe, to play as Michael and Trevor until this all resolves. They're just plain grayed out. So to get the so this is sort of a weird little way the game has of controlling the story. And I appreciate that it must be challenging to write a story with 3 different characters that you can switch between continually. Whatever complaints I have about GTA 5, it's an amazing piece of work to have put together a game like this, to be perfectly frank. But, to be perfectly Franklin. But, yeah, at this point, it's all right, well, to get the long-term plot of the game to go off, we've got to have some control over what happens next. So let's make... Let's force a situation where you have to play as Franklin for a while. And their reason for that is that Michael and Trevor are hiding out at Trevor's house in the Alamo Red Sea. So now, I don't really remember what's next for the Michael missions or the Devon missions. But I'm pretty sure the Lester mission is we can do that whatever. Probably I have a feeling that these two missions, we probably have to do them both before we can continue anything. Didn't we wrap up the last video by having Franklin go check up on Michael? I don't remember now. But let's have Franklin try to check up on Michael, since I guess the idea is Michael's not answering his phone right now. Because I really do think it was an error that that we did have him say yes to hanging out with us, and then at the, I'm not sure that broke because I drove to what I thought was the point for that, and it turned out to be where a run pot for the pot store mission was instead. But I'm pretty sure like there was no location on the map that I just didn't notice that it could have gone to for the hangout to happen, because I'm pretty sure he should not have been able to get a like whatever triggered to make it so that you couldn't talk to them anymore didn't trigger properly or immediately, and I called right before it was like properly set up. But like I don't think we were ever supposed to be able to hang out with Michael after that mission. So Franklin, he doesn't really, I guess we could go hang out with, we get to hang out with, not Stretch. What is his name? Lamar. Yeah, you can do hangout missions with Lamar. I'm pretty sure those are available to us right now. You know what? Okay, this is completely random. And now let's hang out with Lamar. Let's see what happens when you hang out with Lamar. Although also, you can hang out with, you just call Jimmy.
You're through to Big J. I'm kind of like couch surfing at the moment, so leave your deets.
All right, this is completely random. Feel free to skip this video. No, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. All right. We can hang out with Lester, and we can hang out, or not Lester, Lamar, and we can hang out with Jimmy. I don't think hanging out with Lester is an option, which is too bad. It might be fun to hang out with Lester. But I won't do that right now. But now I'm feeling like a sense it might be fun to hang out with them and see what's meant to be happening with those guys at this point in the story. Because I don't think Michael tells Trevor or Franklin that his family has abandoned him. And Lamar is like, what spurred me to think about this was the idea that Franklin doesn't really have, this is so weird, you just leave motorcycle helmets all over the place. Franklin doesn't really have an existence independent of the storylines of Michael. He was just some guy, some kid almost, hanging around working like a shitty job he didn't like in Repo, who falls under the wing of this older criminal, and now like his mentor is gone. He doesn't really have a whole lot else going on, so that's why you can hang out with Lester and maybe get, not Lester, damn, I keep saying Lamar, and get a little perspective on what's happening with the other aspect of his life, which is his old friends from the neighborhood are all kind of mad that he's hanging around. He's been accused of being some kind of rent boy for these older white fellows. So like you could tune into more of that, but let's just go. I didn't intro the video with that warning, so let's go straight to a mission. I remember that I did. I can't remember if I did this right before or right after I called it a video last time. Just poked my head in to see what the next mission is, because it's, you have to trigger it as Franklin, but I think we're about to do something where we're not playing as Franklin at all.
Where you at, man? Your house is empty.
Why are you answering me now? I can't hang out with you.
Kind of lay low for a while. Yeah, that nice Mexican we met. Me and T did that job for him. And we fell out.
God, I'm a joke.
I wish I was.
So where you at now?
You know, a nice little touch would have been if Trevor's pants were wet.
Alright, well.
Like he's so out of it on whatever drugs he did, his bladder had to empty. That would have been a nice touch.
Hey. Trevor's got his wife.
Trevor's got a wife.
No, the Mexican's wife.
What? Shit, I don't know what to say about that one.
Nothing.
I guess I'm pretty unaffected by it. I mean, Probably I should act surprised, but we don't want to waste a lot of time with dialogue about it since the person playing the game already knows.
Nothing to say about that.
Run! Run! I'm back!
Having trouble!
Bring me my coffee, I'm gonna cut your arm off.
Yeah, I think we did see this together, didn't we? Like I said, it's been
Your maid?
I recorded ahead a little bit, so I've been away for a minute.
Good guy. Very loyal. Ron, that is Michael. And this is Patricia. Listen, beautiful. You know, I'm sorry about everything that's happened.
Me too. We got off on the
I
wrong foot,
guarantee
you and
no
I.
harm's gonna come to you. Might have to chop you up into little pieces before spraying your pulp mess down the drain, but I really hope it doesn't come to that.
I appreciate your honesty. You are a good man. I can see that.
You need your eyes examined then.
Woohoo!
Come on.
Well, at least they set her up in front of the TV
Yeah,
so she
Trevor,
can
I
watch
did, I mean.
the static with its
Fucking
weird vertical
business.
problems.
I tried.
If you're gonna give me a sob story, I'm gonna rip your fucking throat out and shove a turd down the hole.
It's not a sob story. It's just not quite come good yet.
Okay, yeah, that's right. So we're gonna go off and do some mission involving Trevor's business.
Those assholes.
And we still, because even when he's the only player you're allowed to play as, Franklin still doesn't really have anything going on that isn't just following these two around.
Let's go.
And by these two, of course, I mean Trevor and
Sit
Ron.
down. You're a wanted man. Stay low. And watch her, okay? She's a good lady.
She
Let's
good
go,
lady.
Ron.
Good to meet you, Michael.
Fucking come on, let's go.
I guess he could start working on her and like possibly having himself spared when Madrazo
All right, let's go.
obviously has to come skin Trevor alive. Get in the plane. Get in the plane. Sorry.
So I got to spend. What are you going to do?
We're
That's my voice from the Vice City phone calls to give you assassination missions. Get in a plane at Liberty Park. Not that that would never be Liberty Park in that game,
on
but
the ground, Ron. We gotta meet him in the air.
Okay. Well, I knew that you were pissed after the Merryweather heist. Give it back the hardware.
That was bullshit.
Right. Right. So I've been monitoring chatter, tapping into Merryweather networks.
Feels good to be back in the company of a professional.
I got
that I can intimidate
I
endlessly.
was expecting something a little more impressive. The late, great Michael Townley.
Not so late and not so great, right? And no longer called Townley. The years have not been terribly kind.
Yeah.
What's the end game, man? We had a good thing going without him.
If it's such a good thing, where's my money, huh? Where's my consultancy and my big fat dividend? I want a franchise network, Ron. I want reward cards, merchandise. I want to make
Franchise
unviolent
network?
drug dependency accessible to every man and beast from Hove Beach to Vespucci. I want country clubs and a depressed wife with blonde hair and a hot little secretary who bounces on my boy.
There's Oscar's business. That's bringing cash in.
My stake in Oscar's thing ain't under the TP conglomerate umbrella. I want my own brand success.
Uh-huh.
It takes time.
Time and money.
Anyway, I'm glad that we could park here and yell about this.
The Santa, the fuckface is gonna give that to me.
Okay. Yeah, Trevor's actual goals, because like the way that's written, he's obviously joking around, but like his actual goals are pretty vague to me.
Crop duster? That's the best we can do.
I literally know we have a better plane than this at another hangar, but this is the one the mission wants us to use.
Call our guys south of the border. Tell them there's a fire sale.
He's flying in the back seat. Why is he flying in the back seat? Oh well. Oh, luckily our truck was removed since I unintentionally parked it in a way where it was pretty clearly blocking the path we needed to take. Do I not get to, okay. I think we don't get to raise the, don't think we pull up the, landing gear on this thing. I don't think they're retractable. I would think flying this low would be more suspicious.
I'm fine.
You got bad information, brother. You don't know what my altitude is, dude. You're ill-informed about my piloting skills, big man. I agree. Okay, so we're just... What am I doing? I figured I would be dropping bombs or something. Yeah.
I know it isn't my place to ask, but how exactly do you plan on requisitioning this equipment so you cut up to them?
Never mind. You can tell me after we're done. Like, okay, I think I peaked high enough to get the little alarm to go off, which broke whatever that dialogue was, so...
Too high. Drop down before they figure it ain't an aberration.
I'm plenty low enough, Ron.
You've got to defend, man. The military will be all over you.
Altitude corrected.
We're approaching Fort Zancudo, Trevor. It's vital you don't fly right
Yeah, I'm seeing it now and kind of
Alrighty.
realizing that
Start monitoring you at that altitude.
I'm not that high. Fuck's sake, game. But no, I kind of wasn't paying too much attention to where Fort Zancudo was because, yeah, we were about to fly right over the gate. Not the... Actually, no, the gate is kind of located reasonably near there.
You know, the cargo plane's got 4 jets, a 200-foot wingspan. Flying that high's gonna draw attention.
I wish they would shut the fuck up about... Like, yeah, I get it. It's a mission parameter, but, like, they've got all this dialogue programmed in that they're constantly interrupting.
They're on their screens.
I'm in control of this.
Even Trevor's responses to it are like... Okay, if, like, I guess Trevor's supposed to be irrationally angry in how he responds, but, like... No, like, it's like they realized how annoying this dialogue was when they wrote it, because they've got Trevor being angry about it, but it's still being pushed into the player's face.
This is meant to be a restricted airspace.
You got bad information, brother. I'm fine.
That's right, dude.
You're reading T. Descend some.
You want me to put my nose into the dirt? Dick.
Although now I'm running out of
You,
messages.
Ronald. Ronald, you there?
It's been over 2 seconds since you told me to
I
descend.
never thought I'd say this, let alone think it, but it's good to be working together again.
I can't tell you what a pleasure it is to have you back. We're a good team.
You, me, and that weird juggalo.
Oh, remember, don't want to give them reason to think you're suspect.
No, this is suspect. A plane flying around at this altitude. I guess I'm so, like, they want me to be so low. If they're saying you're so low that you're not even detectable, fine. But, like, no, we want them to think that you're a plane flying around so low that you're constantly threatening to crash.
Lose altitude.
Okay, that one's more logical. It's like, we don't want them to know that you even exist, and at this altitude, you don't pop up on their radar at all.
Are you sure about
I don't know that that's how military radar works anyway.
Certainly. These bricks, Merryweather, they're what? Using these guns for a coup in West Africa? Protecting some mineral-rich warlord?
Yeah, probably. They're probably protecting a mineral-rich El Presidente type. I guess it depends on how you define a warlord. Like the person who currently is considered the ruler, but that's because somebody had to be, so the UN wouldn't have somebody to put in the chair. But they're no more legitimate than any other warlord, yeah. I mean, Liu Bei was a warlord, even though we know that he was, you know, deeply moral and honorable and loved the Han and all that shit.
clear to gain altitude?
Okay, fine.
Here we go!
This is basically their way of saying, all right, never mind. We're gonna stop that damn beeping noise now.
Come in, light aircraft. Identify yourself and state your intent.
Shut up.
Me? I'm just a lonely guy out dusting his crop. Who are you?
Unidentified aircraft. Divert your course or we will be forced to shoot you down.
Well, see, now I'm not sure how I meant to
Really?
handle this.
Shoot me down? Well, that seems a little extreme, doesn't it?
Like, how am I meant to fly up to the base of this thing while not being shot down?
Final warning, divert or you will be grounded.
I'm gonna take my chances, pal.
So it's just dialogue and threats.
To engage.
Because we can't actually stop anything. Like, I don't think they can hit me because...
Firing rockets at a crop duster?
Yeah,
What's wrong with you? Get out of the way!
Oh, fuck. Oh, what the hell, game? Like, I guess it's kind of nice that you don't just cut to succeeding at this insane action movie style stunt, but like in real life, how the hell would you be expected to do this? Land inside the plane. C-130 is big, but you're not going to land a plane inside of it in midair.
I'm flying here! Oh my good God!
I think I just barely was too low. Yeah, because they don't expect you to get inside with the plane intact. Because that would be madness.
He crashed into the plane!
What are you doing still being alive? I just barely survived that. I was expecting it to be a little bit easier, actually, to like activate the super and be largely immune to the damage, but apparently not. I was just like fucking wrecked. Hopefully, there's no more guards to deal with up on this. There are.
You crazy prick!
Okay, game. What the fuck?
How's the man supposed to enjoy his
Did I-
pair of peanuts all these bumps?
Did I fall down? What the hell happened? Yeah.
Have we got a pilot on board?
Yeah, I think I fell back down and wasn't sure what was going on there. Doesn't look like there's anyone in here to contend with, so we will take over this place. I mean, this would be...
Come in, air traffic control. There has been a change of personnel and destination on the Merryweather jet. We are now landing at Mackenzie Field.
I hope you weren't actually supposed to be on the... like, I would assume he wasn't really on the radio with anybody, because that's kind of not wise. You just gave this away. Attention, any air traffic controllers listening to this.
Changing frequency.
The plane that was probably SOSing about some maniac attacking is now going to Mackenzie Field. These planes are not known for doing quick turns. So it's certainly very possible for me to fail this mission still, because I've never flown any airplane or helicopter in real life, but even in video games, it's rare that you're going to fly a plane that's as big and slow turning as... I don't know if this is actually meant to be a C-130 or just a similar large-scale cargo plane. But no, I mean, I'm not going to be doing like a lot of banks and shit in this plane. And if you just like try to like rapidly change course and adjust and hit the airfield, no, you need to be lined up with that airfield for a long ways in advance. Okay, I'm just checking the
Looks like a problem.
Oh.
Or you could diddle yourself.
I didn't think I remembered landing this thing.
The frickin' Air Force
offensive action will be met with overwhelming retaliation.
I would think so.
Landing at Mackenzie Field, we can discuss this there, on the dirt, like men.
So I'm climbing above them, which is what Ron suggested, but do we really think that the fighter jets have a lower ceiling than cargo planes?
Authorized. Change bearing or we will engage.
I don't think you understand the effort I've gone to be here, pal.
I had a mission failure and a GT5 style relatively painless retry. But if this had been any earlier GTA game, we would have been at this for 40 minutes now. What with having to drive back and do the first part of the mission all over.
Engaged.
Hey, you wouldn't shoot me down anyway. Think of the ground casualties.
That is probably true. Like if some maniac like hijacked a plane to land on a local rural airfield, I think the solution probably would be to have
Process complete. Clear to engage.
military meet them on the ground rather than shoot them down in a populated area, but
Eagle 2, Fox 2.
I'm here! I'm here! Plane's done, Ron! Ron, are you reading?
Oh, your engine's gone. Get out of there, T. You're more valuable than the guns.
the smoking guns.
Controls are useless! Setting for the dirt! I'm getting a shoot and I'm failing!
Yeah, I figured that was where this was going, but oh well, I take comfort in the fact that I will probably be given a reminder of how parachuting works, and if not, this is almost certainly a continue point. Fuck. Oh, we're relatively close to where we want to land, so we can kind of rig it so that we land fairly close to our home. Aren't we like right there? No, we're over here. Where's our actual home? I think we're like right here. Well, other than landing right in the middle of the telephone poles, they... Oh, I'm good. Isn't that our actual house? Or trailer? Well, there's some neighbor lady out there, so maybe not. Okay, I was off by a block. Like, literally, if they had marked this as our objective during the mission, I think I could have hit it, but...
Don't pay me no mind.
Four-wheel flyer. Alright, well, it looks like they were impressed with how well I, paratrop close to our house. I'm assuming that's what, that checkpoint we did get was. Four-wheel flyer. Oh, shooting accuracy. Yeah, whatever. Exit the cargo plane in the mesa. Oh, that would have been fun. If I'd known that was the thing you were supposed to do, I would have done it, game, but whatever.
Trevor! Shit, are you okay? I saw the plane go down.
I survived, and Lizard Army didn't do so well, so that's something.
Ah, thank God. The fuselage went into the Alamo Sea.
Don't
You
care.
might be able to salvage the hardware with dive gear or something.
Ah, good idea. But it'll take time. Tell Oscar he ain't getting these guns.
Okay, look, I gotta ask. Are you in with the federal government?
Yep, I mean,
Agent
what?
Sanchez was round here saying you and Michael had to meet his supervisors at the garage, the cook site.
Fuck, I gotta do this, okay? But I'm using them, all right? They ain't using me. Let's make that clear.
Yeah, I don't think Ron would be all that on board with us being tied up with the feds,
What's
because
that
he's...
smell? Did I bury someone around here?
Alright, well... It looks like we almost immediately get back to being able to switch to everyone. We had to do that one mission We had a very brief moment where we're forced to play as Franklin, but only in free roam. That's kind of odd, but it's a new homing launcher. That's cool too. All right, well, let's call it a video here. Yeah, I remember there being this point that the story was like forcing you to play as Franklin, but boy, it doesn't seem to have lasted that long, eh? Because you do one story mission. I'm pretty sure we're going to hit a wall where we can't do anything without doing something for Devin as Franklin only anyway. But when we come back next time, as silly as it sounds, I'm kind of tempted to make Franklin do a mission. Well, not Franklin do a mission for Devin. We do need to do that. I'm kind of tempted to switch over to doing Franklin stuff. We'll switch briefly to Michael just to see what he's up to, but I'm tempted to do Franklin hanging out with Lamar and maybe even Jimmy. Just so, like, I'm warning you now. Next video is, if you're just interested in seeing the core game story, probably going to be a bit of a waste of your time, more so than a normal episode of the Serious JG Let's Play GTA 5. Catch you next time.